Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and to another reaction video. Alright, today we are going to be watching another film from John Carpenter. This is Prince of Darkness. So if you guys don't know, over the last few months I've been working my way through John Carpenter's filmography. We've done reactions to quite a few of his movies on the channel fairly recently. So we've done They Live, Big Trouble in Little China, Escape from New York, Christine, The Fog. That may be it so far. I'm not totally sure. I have done the thing like a long time ago, and I have seen Halloween myself. So I've been enjoying this ride, and this one is one that has very strong recommendations from some of my patrons on Patreon. Very big fans of this movie, so I'm very curious to see what it's going to be like. I actually don't know anything going into this at all. Usually I feel like I know at least something from pop culture before these John Carpenter movies, but this one, not much of anything, so it's going to be kind of like a blank slate. Just quickly, if you want to have a say in things I watch in the future, if you want to get early access to reactions, full-length reactions, exclusive content, check out my Patreon. I appreciate anyone who supports. If you want to just hang out on YouTube, that's also cool. If you wouldn't mind, what everyone says, like, subscribe, comments for the algorithm engagement, it's all very much appreciated. All right, let's watch Prince of Darkness. Here we go. I get so excited every time I start a John Carpenter movie by the music. Oop. We're gonna have some religious themes. I mean, Prince of Darkness, that makes sense, right? Ooh. Almost sounds like shrieks in the background. You know, this is also cool because if you don't know, I've been watching movies that have various relations to like religious horror and occult and such over the past couple months too. So if this is along those lines, that really fits into two of the things I've been doing. Mm. Hey! That's Loomis from Halloween. That's Donald Pleasance. That's exciting.
I found Father Carlton this morning.
Why was he here?
He had an appointment with His Eminence this afternoon.
Yeah. Oh, he's a priest in this one. Interesting. Doctor in Halloween. Priest in Prince of Darkness. Brotherhood of Sleep. That was a cool camera transition. The sleeper awakens. I've witnessed his stirring, felt the cold head. That's the journal of the priest that was taken to the hospital. This guy's in Big Trouble in Little China, right? I just always think it's cool when directors like to work repeatedly with certain actors. Like, they build good relationships. Is that like a... Whoa. We got an eclipse coming? And yeah, that looked like a bunch of red ants. Very pretty setting. The water, the fountains make it sound very peaceful. Presumably in contrast to what's to come. A key. Alice Cooper? The Alice Cooper?
We believe nature is solid and time a constant. There is truth in flesh. It may be invisible, but it's real. Smoke, fire.
The real hero of Big Trouble in Little China.
Born, we age, we die. The reverse never happens. None of this is truth. Say goodbye to classical reality because our logic collapses on the subatomic level into ghosts.
It's always interesting to me when like scientists like make metaphors between things like subatomic particles, ghost shadows, supernatural things, because of course that makes perfect sense, that things that couldn't be explained in the past were kind of viewed as supernatural in nature, but things that are sort of explained, but are also we don't totally understand, or it also, even today, for scientists, there's this kind of mystique around it, And what is this room here? All right, so someone's got a crush. Every time he sees her, he freezes. Ooh, that was a cool transition, but yeah. Oh no. Uh-oh. You can see the moment where his heart breaks. The most unusual phenomenon. The utmost importance that we meet. So I assume he's writing to the professor that we met. Interesting.
From Job's,
This guy.
we've sought to impose order on the universe. While order does exist in the universe, it is not at all what we had in mind.
Cosmic scale, and in quantum physics, logic breaks down on the submicroscopic scale.
See, he's spacing out, but they were talking about exactly what I was talking about.
Directed that whole series of debates on the BBC a few years ago.
Oh, with the English priest, right.
Maybe they're planning another one.
Yeah! It's so interesting to me how they're keeping, like, some of these conversations secret from us. Beautiful. But yes, why? Why are we being kept in the dark?
Before his appointment with the Cardinal.
There we go.
But he left a diary. You must help us. Please.
Certainly doing a great job of making me very curious. New discovery of a supernova.
86,000 miles per second and is just now reaching us across the vast expanse.
The ants! Oh no. Somebody gotta get covered in red ants in this movie. Ooh, where are we headed here? What's this? Some sort of library? Hospital? It has the sort of architecture of one of those types of places.
He was the guardian priest. Apparently he lived here for over 30 years. And every day, he opened this door.
Guardian priest. Okay, so this is just some sort of church building with something going on.
Built in the 1500s by arrangement with the Spanish government.
Who knew about this?
Only the members of this forgotten
The
sect.
Brotherhood of Sleep.
There was a vow of silence. Even their very existence was kept from the Holy See.
Oh,
The guardian priest would keep the secret.
that's pretty crazy.
The sect had enormous power and authority. Their actions were never questioned.
Oh. Wow, so many crosses and crucifixes. Whoa, whoa. We are guarding some kind of green goo? That the Vatican doesn't know about. Look at that container that it's in.
Some of it's in Latin, some in Coptic, Greek, numbers.
It's one way to make it difficult to read your secret text.
Distorted. Rewritten, writing upon writing.
What is it?
A secret that can no longer be kept. It was never here before. It started a month ago.
What?
A change in the earth and the sky.
So what wasn't here before? The feeling?
His power.
Violates common sense. That's the whole point. That's what Einstein couldn't accept.
I can't accept it either.
The point is, until the cat is observed by someone, he's not in any definite state, either alive or dead. He's in a wave superposition state, both dead and alive at the same time.
Exactly.
We open the box and observe the cat. Does he materialize into reality?
But it doesn't make sense.
That is the entire complete point. Students, please. please see Professor Barak?
Shit, there I am.
Me too.
You know, all of us. And we heard Barack wants us to cancel our plans for the weekend.
What?
That's not all. A couple of biochemistry's finest are coming with us.
Oh,
Coming with us where?
he's bringing. So this is interesting. So the professor's bringing a bunch of like probably his best PhD students in to try to figure out what the hell this is.
I'm Brian Marsh, by the way, since we're...
You haven't even introduced yourself yet, sir.
So where did you transfer from?
Neil, theoretical physics.
I'm glad that they're PhD students because I was kind of like, he doesn't really look like a college student, but PhD student, yeah.
Every theoretical physicist I know wonders why it is that no one who looks like you...
That's not true, and that's an extremely sexist thing to say.
Confirmed sexist. I'm proud of it.
That's not the best approach, sir.
I was just joking. What happened?
I'm sure she actually deals with real sexism all the time.
You talk people, you clam up.
Maybe she just doesn't like your joke.
Just a little miscue, that's all. It's not your fault.
It kind of is.
This conversation isn't what I had in mind. Can we start over?
Okay.
Okay. I was hoping that you would need some help with your theory and that maybe we could discuss it over...
Should have said you need help with your theory.
There are other things that I need help with. Over dinner.
Oh.
Now, each of you is a competent physicist, even though you don't have a degree to prove it. There are other departments joining us.
Excuse me, sir. Is there some reason why you're not telling us what we're going to be doing?
In time.
Yeah, he probably doesn't want to have a big debate over whether they believe what he's saying until they're actually there. Also probably doesn't want anyone freaking out and running out of there and talking to other people about it until we actually are there.
It's your disbelief that policy...
His name is Father Loomis? Like Dr. Loomis? Okay, I love that.
He lives in the smallest parts of it. In the atoms. Smaller. Invisible.
You mean Satan?
We must translate this book. You must prove it scientifically.
Scientifically prove Satan is in atoms?
Just keep it locked away. You've already managed that for 2,000 years.
No prison can hold him now.
Well, I mean, the movie is titled Prince of Darkness.
Hi.
Hi.
Did you have a class tonight, or?
Library. Actually, I was hoping you'd have a cup of coffee with me again. Okay.
Oh! Well, I guess that worked out for him.
Good morning.
Thank you. We do. Today's Friday.
Today's the day.
2 years from now.
Who was he? The one who gave you such a high opinion of man.
I wouldn't like it if either of us jumped to conclusions.
I do know I was going to say what you think I was going to say.
Because if you don't...
Very interesting difference in attachment styles on display there. Alright, so our people are being compelled to come out and look at this potential eclipse situation. Oh, that's Alice Cooper, it is! Like they're being drawn there. But so far, it seems like all of the people that we saw doing that, other than one of our main guys looking up, were all homeless people, right? Yeah, see? Yeah, a tad bit concerning. Wow. Got a lot of equipment.
It was abandoned.
I never would have guessed.
No, I hear it used to be a beautiful church.
It was an actual church.
Dr. Lee, I'm glad you could come. Yes, we're making this the central lab.
Well, what are we actually doing here?
Yeah. So, are we gonna be like testing and performing experiments on the green goo? Because if so, it sounds like that's definitely gonna go wrong.
Hi, Frank.
Don't leave.
Oh.
Set up the basic panel down here.
Right. What are you supposed to be testing?
I don't know.
Compounds, basic structures.
When I know, you'll know.
It's like, so how am I supposed to set up a pit?
Need any help? No, I'm okay. There better be a diploma in my mailbox when I get home on Monday.
There's such ominous music in the background of them just setting stuff up. It's deeply
I can't
concerning.
believe this is happening. I had a date tonight with this beautiful young trial attorney from Century City.
Where were you taking him?
Please, it isn't funny.
Where were you taking him?
So anybody know what this whole deal's about yet?
Not a clue.
Nobody's got a clue.
I'm getting my doctorate in theology.
Ah,
It shouldn't be too difficult. Except for the numbers.
I, Jesus, have sent mine angel to testify unto you this thing which shall be unleashed. Whoa! Yeah, I mean, I'd be pretty concerned about this.
It's so wonderful what you're doing, Father.
Voice, what is going on? Oh! Yeah.
Are you alright?
No.
We're ready.
I feel like maybe you should share what you just experienced. Here we go. Let's see how people are going to react. They're bringing a whole bunch of scientists down here. Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots, and the abominations of the earth. So this green stuff is supposed to be somehow representative of the devil? We're seeing an increase of ants, maggots, and worms. Not a fan.
So what's going on?
Uh-oh.
Something downstairs.
Well, it seems to have affected him very greatly.
To tell you guys, this is real bullshit.
It's very, very interesting. It's going to be interesting to see the different perspectives on this from all these scientists. If some of them also are religious in some way so that they can believe in some of what apparently is being said. I still don't even know what he's arguing other than it's something about Satan gaining power, growing in strength.
Okay, but I still don't understand why we're not taking direct samples. I mean, what's the big mystery?
I don't know about doing that.
Catherine's entering these equations upstairs. They're translated from Latin.
Differential equations?
From a book written 2,000 years ago.
We hadn't invented differential equation.
Well. Oh. Darkness was himself sealed. That old life called the devil and Satan. It's just the whole world. Sealed in that? You're saying that green stuff is Satan?
It's incredibly elaborate. Right here, there's a weird locking mechanism.
Okay.
It looks like it can only be opened from the inside.
So what are they trying to say here? They've sealed Satan in there in the form of this somehow, but he's gaining in power and strength. They can feel that while all this is happening. So does that mean that eventually he'd be able to open that himself from inside? That would seem like a terrible containment mechanism. Gotta be something else. Oh. I'm like, I don't know if I feel like watching these cartoon depictions of the devil while this is going on.
Now, a friend of mine at UCLA did a study of chronic schizophrenics. You know, like a stuck record in their brains repeating the same phrase over and over. Well, I have been watching them on and off all day, and they don't seem to be making any movements.
Plus, don't you think it would be weird for there to be multiple schizophrenics at once showing up and doing this?
You okay?
Yeah, I bumped into something this afternoon. It's starting to hurt.
Probably nerves.
That's a pretty big bruise.
It's a bruise, Walter. You don't bruise from nerves.
I used to break out when I was 12. Doctor said it was homosexual panic.
Second reference in a short amount of time.
Hey, went to the Sir business.
Okay, good night, Sir Doc.
Better.
Oh no. Now he's gonna be out there with all the starers. What the? Crucified a bird? A poor pigeon? No thanks, Alice Cooper. I'd like to go back inside now. Yeah, run back inside, my friend. No, no. Alright, you're gonna have to take your chance with Alice Cooper. Alright, I was expecting something bad, but I wasn't expecting them to just straight up impale this guy immediately. None of you guys have any idea.
Nobody's really saying much of anything here. I mean, we're still putting together the first round of tests.
Get to the point.
Nothing, anywhere, ever is supposed to be able to do what it is doing.
Now, settle down now.
What is it doing?
Life form is growing out of prebiotic fluid. It's not winding down into disorder. It's self-organizing. It's becoming something. What? I mean, animal, a disease, what?
The Prince of Darkness? I feel like it's absolutely essential that nobody be down there by themselves. Even just two of you, I don't think that's sufficient. And this woman in particular, she is the one that was asking about why don't we just test it, get a sample.
Man.
Hadn't you seen it yet?
Some of them are possibly going to be won over by this.
Talking about 7 million years.
What?
Yeah.
I'm going topside.
7 million years. And what do you do in a situation like this, where your scientific experiments seem to be suggesting something religious in nature might be real? If you're someone that has always viewed this as not, as certainly not real, oh god, this is what I'm saying. Dripping. There's a little light at the top. Ah! I'm sorry, was that dripping up?
The container was buried somewhere in the Middle East eons ago by the father of Satan, a god who once walked the earth before man but was somehow banished to the dark side.
What?
Now later on here, Christ comes to warn us. He was of extraterrestrial ancestry, but a human-like race.
You're saying Jesus was an alien? Is that what they just said? And Satan is the child of a god? So that's quite different than a typical Christian story. Nope. Going upstairs until someone else comes down here with me. I'm sorry, it is definitely falling up. Dripping up. Yeah, that shouldn't be able to happen. Oh no! Well.
They determine Christ is crazy, but he's also gaining power, converting a lot of people to his beliefs. Keep the secret and hide it from civilization until man could develop a science sophisticated enough to prove what Christ was saying.
How did the Roman Catholic Church manage to keep this a secret for 2,000 years?
So the Roman Catholic Church keeps this a secret for 2,000 years while selling a different story.
Evil within,
This.
darkness in the hearts of men.
This story instead.
That was more convenient. In that way, man remained at the center of things.
Huh.
Stupid lie, we were salesmen, that's all. We sold our product.
Wow, he came on board and believed this very quickly.
Substance, malevolence, that was the truth. Asleep until now.
So the idea is Satan is this malevolent substance. Oh god. The Prince of Darkness is.
Help me break this up. The others shouldn't hear
And
this.
the others shouldn't hear
Faith
this?
is a hard thing to come by these days.
Don't you think everyone should?
That thing down there just directed a fairly sizable burst of energy.
Yeah, you want to check out what exactly happened? Perhaps?
Everybody's acting like we should really be taking this seriously.
And of course, a lot of people would just straight up not believe. Oh god.
What would you rather have? A wreath of garlic? A benediction? A crucifix?
There's enough crucifixes around here.
Then it really is all scratch knocking at the door.
Except it's not, because that story would be an incorrect depiction.
If it can transmit a signal strong enough.
It can move other objects instantaneously across a distance.
Without outside intervention.
Psychokinesis.
Mind-directed energy.
Wow.
Don't tell the others yet.
Why not? They have a right to know that this
I feel like everyone should know everything.
is conscious.
Not until you prove it wasn't something else. A power surge or a draft of air.
I mean, alright, that's the scientific perspective, yes. But I still feel like maybe a warning. Especially, like, look at this guy here. He doesn't believe any of it. And now the framing of this is implying something bad coming. Oh god.
You're not gonna believe what's been going on up here.
Wouldn't believe what's been going on downstairs.
Want one? Anyone ever tell you that you could pass for Asian?
She's like, excuse me? Pass?
Have you seen Susan?
Who?
Radiologist, glasses.
Yeah, she's creepily standing in the hall.
Oh yeah, she's right outside.
And she's gone.
Where? I think somebody ought to tell her.
Look, am I crazy or are we stroking ourselves heavily here?
Now here he goes. Oh god.
Susan?
Uh-oh. And he's gonna follow.
There's more to it.
He's gonna tell her. Because of course you would! How could you not?
Some kind of power. Directed outward.
What's it doing?
Reaching out. Moving objects by thought.
Susan?
Oh no, you've been lured. Oh god. Oh! Sir!
Suppose there is a universal mind controlling everything.
Wait, hold on. Hold on!
Every particle has an anti-particle. It's mirror image.
And that's what this is?
This universal mind resides in the mirror image. Instead of in our universe, maybe he's anti-God.
Huh.
Bringing darkness instead of light.
Why weren't we told the truth?
So interesting. Like, you, of course, question why the church would do such a thing.
Just got colder in here.
Right, so...
As if something moved through the room.
I don't think you guys should be outside. That's a cool framing, though. I like the green light in the corner there.
Do you realize what's going on up there? We are on the brink of the ultimate truth!
He is Looney Tunes. And I'm beginning to wonder about Byrack, too.
I'm going back. Come on, Calder.
Come on, Frank!
Alright, so the argument is, if you have to think of God as all-encompassing, as, like, matter, a part of everything, then the God they spoke of that gave birth to Satan, he's saying, is like a anti-God, the opposite of that. And this is Satan. Is its creation, the goo, that also seems to have like influence and some sort of telekinetic power. And is getting stronger. Alright, time to start worrying. The way that was filmed with the shots of the scissors and the stepping on the bugs and... One will be chosen. He just took off his cross. So he was a religious person, but now he's questioning because of what the priest said about the church lying about things.
Radiologist.
That's
Glasses.
really interesting. I thought that was an interesting little subtle thing.
Or maybe she left too.
Or... Did she cut off his hand? Whoa. But it's not a dream.
Lucy Mullins.
What? No.
So,
Susan.
Who?
that's supposed to be somebody from the future trying to transmit a message to him and do it through a dream because it's the only way they can do it. But of course, you're gonna think it's a dream, even if you're saying it's not a dream, right?
If I don't come back, you can have my Porsche.
Sure, you got a Porsche. But honestly, you should go with them. Nobody should be alone right now. Oh no. You know what? Maybe nothing bad's gonna happen to her right now. Maybe she'll just get the dream that's not a dream. Whoa! Alright, so it's from the future. They want to change things?
What were you dreaming?
Huh.
Your kingdom, Father, does not include my unconscious.
No, you should probably share that.
It's mine. I may abuse it any way I wish.
Okay, but...
Something I haven't told you. The brotherhood of sleep.
Sleep.
Anyone in close proximity has the same dream.
Everyone's been getting that dream? Message from the future? No, we're confused, but I'd be pushing her off of me.
Excuse me, but I...
I'm also curious about, like, why are you choosing some of them, but then that other guy the other ones you're killing?
A premonition. The dream evolves, unfolds. We shall start to have it every time we go to sleep. As if it's pushing everything else out.
Okay, but that claims that it's a message from the future and it's a warning. So are they saying it's...
Why is everybody looking at me that way?
Because you're being foolish.
Look, Mullins is probably off asleep someplace. Or he's boffing the radiologist.
Listen, I can't blame him for being skeptical. How would you not be skeptical? Yeah, you see that, but... He was right there! Don't tell me. Do not tell me that he's gonna become a zombie.
I just want to go home, pretend none of this is really happening. What's that? Oh, it's just a bruise I got somehow.
That is not just a bruise, girl! Look at it!
Big doings in the lab tonight. There's a meeting.
Oh, give me just 15 minutes.
Any luck?
Can't find anybody.
I'm going up to the lab.
Yeah, I'll be there in a minute.
Definitely stop splitting up. If so many people are missing...
We're having a meeting in the lab.
Uh-oh.
Lisa.
Oh, no. She's not even looking at it. I live. Uh-oh. Plutonium. Oh! Oh, God. Oh, God. The sounds.
Where are the others?
Gone.
I think they've left.
Yeah, not the way you think.
How many of you have fallen asleep tonight? Come on, please tell me.
Share the dream.
About the front of this church. And about a dark figure coming out. Didn't you feel it? Not like a dream.
And it was blatantly telling you it wasn't a dream?
I had the dream too. Almost as if I were watching something pre-recorded.
Tachyons?
Except it's supposed to be from the future.
Tachyon is a subatomic particle that travels faster than light.
Supposing it isn't a dream.
Message. Oh, warning.
What if they're really visual messages sent by other human beings?
From the future.
From where?
The future. Anything traveling faster than the speed of light would appear to be going backward in time.
And she was also talking about the equations being something that she'd never seen before.
Transmitting video information backwards through time.
For us to receive as electrical impulses.
Which they said they can't do it while you're awake.
For what purpose?
Could be a warning. To show us what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. And they're saying to stop it.
So that we can change it.
So that was the Prince of Darkness emerging from the church.
Someone has finally shown up to tell us. It's time we stood up for what we are.
Uh-oh.
I think there's something wrong with this.
Yeah, there's a lot wrong, because a whole bunch of your group have been taken over.
Downstairs was cut off.
And... oh god. And you have to feel for the priest. Oh no. No, no. No, 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 no.
Hey, Wyndham!
Nope, not Wyndham.
Hello?
Don't go out there! No one go out there!
Come here, look at this.
Sounds like he's being controlled by the bugs.
I've got a message
Uh-oh.
for you.
Look at his chest.
Ready for death.
Look at his chest! Look at his face! Ah! There's the hand. Alright, I guess, you have to give up on the skepticism now. Alright, now this Prince of Darkness substance is just fucking with them. Making them, like, sing Amazing Grace and stuff. After saying that none of that will help.
Now.
Oh no. No, 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 no. Oh no. Oh no. No, 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 no. Is she the chosen one? That's why she's got the mark on her arm?
In nomine Patris. Ed. Feeling.
He's got to be so overwhelmed and confused. Like, feeling like, what is the point in what I'm doing? I was clutching the Bible and everything, but, you know, everything's a lie. What is real? What has any power? And we're trapped. Oh. Yeah, I feel like that would be the most frightening part. Watching the priest kind of break down and seemingly losing faith in what you believed in. Nope! Why are you by yourself? Nope! She's gonna be in there, isn't she? Time to run! Oh! Oh! Oh my god, the camera shift. Oh no, look at oh no.
What the hell is happening here? The back doors are blocked.
So I am assuming that the girl, Kelly, because she had the mark, was picked to be like a vessel. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It's in here! Don't come in here!
No, 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 no. Back away. Back away. Oh, no. He's about to barricade himself in there. Whew! That was a cool overhead shot. Oh! This might be the creepiest take on zombies I've seen in a while.
Lock the door!
Yeah, and he's barricading himself in there. What's that? He's still just creepily cackling. Oh. No. Oh! Oh no! Vessel-like birth! I don't know why I thought it was just gonna, like, possess her and use her body in that way. This is so much worse. Yeah, see, he's still hugging his Bible, but, like, what? So the message claimed that no scripture, no crosses. They also said no plutonium? Wait, is he not fully taken?
The sun's coming up.
Will that change anything? Anyway, how do you know that they're not lying when they say that none of those things can have any effect? Well, they haven't left yet. Oh my god, it's like sucking the life out of her.
Normally, I love being dominated by women. I'm sorry about what I said before. You don't look Asian at all.
I don't think she cares anymore, my friend.
I thought I heard Walter. Walter! Walter!
Hey! Can you dig through and get me out of here?
I should hope the walls aren't that flimsy.
All right.
Well, that's a relative thing right
If they are, they can dig through from the other side. No, it's almost all in her.
They're just standing there outside, not trying to get in.
Yeah, because they're guarding her during this pregnancy. Yeah, I mean, you might as well try praying. Uh-oh. Oh, that camera work was really cool, by the way. The giggling is some of the creepiest part. Is he looking in a mirror? What if you could, like, get over that fence?
Well, get ready to pull me back.
Checking it out, huh? Here they come.
Get up here.
Bro, you better climb that fence quick or get back there.
Come on, get up here. Come on, hurry up. Come on. Come on.
Climb the fence. The fence. The fence.
Come on.
What the hell kind of a plan was that? Oh no!
All right. A Jewish mother goes to the airport to meet her daughter.
I don't think this is gonna work, my guy.
The mother screams, "You fool! I said a rich doctor!"
That was horrible. That pun might be worse than what I'm seeing. Yeah, there we are. We got a little bit more information. Rick, that's a bad sign.
I can draw the whole way after it gets dark. If I can make my way up front, I could break some windows, call for help.
Who's coming to help?
No one out there can help us.
Alright. You guys are a bunch of scientists. Can you come up with some sort of solution to this problem?
The other morning you said that you had something to tell me. And you probably think that none of that matters now.
Maybe it matters more than ever.
It's the only thing that does.
They don't actually even have to say it at the time. What is going on? With the mirror. Oh my god. Is it just gonna, like, completely dissolve her? Oh my god, she feels it?
Worker ants, driven to a higher purpose.
Yep, that's what all your friends have become.
Street people, our colleagues, all controlled.
Demonic possession?
Of a kind.
Question is, how do you get ants to stop?
The book says his purpose is to bring the father back from the dark side.
And that's the baby? Well, it's not a really baby, but...
As to what he can do, as a volume of liquid. He controls simple organisms easily. But maybe he needs something more complex to complete a life cycle.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She's changing again. The swelling's gone down, as if the liquid was absorbed into her system.
That's one way of putting it.
Maybe this is the only way he could actualize his power, say, growing into its host.
Mm-hmm.
This could be some kind of gestation period.
No, apparently.
I knew I'd seen it before. Kelly had a mark. It was a... I saw it in a history book. The astrologer's staff used in ritual magic in the Middle Ages.
Keep watching her closely. Anything you see, tell us.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Pee in the corner, man.
God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ,
Who was an alien.
will grant us help, unclean spirit.
Substance. What's going on here? With the mirror. Oh my god. Oh. Uh-oh.
Where are you?
Oh. Oh no.
Holy shit!
Oh god.
Let me get out of here! Help me! Let me get out of here! Help me! Help!
Her face is so disgusting. And her hands, you know, all of it. Yeah, we're running out of time. At least Walter is. Oh. I don't know why you weren't working at from both sides to begin with. Did that do it? Zombie style? What is it about the mirrors? That's interesting. Yeah! Hurry, 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 hurry! Ah! Did she just bite him? Aren't they just gonna crawl into? Yeah, don't let her spit. Do not let her spit on you. Hey, that works. Oh! Is the mirror the way through? No? The mirror definitely does something to them. Oh, was that mirror not big enough? Okay, we'll just throw all of you out the window. But what about this? I wonder. Could you push her through that and then break the mirror?
Unclean spirit?
Ooh. Ooh! The laughing is still the worst. No! It's gonna grow back too, isn't it? Oh! Oh, that's worse! That's worse! No. You gotta push her through and then break the mirror! Oh no! Oh no! See, she's trying to bring the anti-god through. Ugh. Why does it look that way? Uh-oh. Okay, that looks like a Satan hand. The way I called that, but oh my god, that she's trapped there for... Now she's trapped there. She sacrificed herself. The smoke coming out, that's really creepy. They just all going about their business? Are the ones that... So, the ones that weren't dead, do they come back to themselves? Like, these guys are going... Or is it just the ones that weren't directly touched by, like, the liquid that can go back to themselves? Wow, imagine that. And how are you going to explain this? All the bodies?
The smaller parts could not live without the strength of the whole. They had to die, to fade away as the whole was thrown back and repelled.
There's the science aspect.
We're safe, but he's waiting on the other side.
Yes, she did. Sacrificed herself. Uh-oh.
You are receiving this broadcast in order to now developing transmitters strong enough to reach your conscious state of awareness.
It's her.
This causality violation.
Oh! So... You just had to give me that last jump scare, didn't you? You just... Oh... Yeah, I have very bad feelings about what this ending is implying. Oh my god, what a way to end it! Okay guys, that was John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness. Where to start? Where to start? First of all, as with every one of the John Carpenter movies that I've had the pleasure of watching, the music, fantastic, fabulous. I feel like I say this all the time, but with these movies, but this might actually be one of my favorites in terms of the scores from him so far. It just was so effective. The way it's the buildup of suspense, the sounds where it almost felt like heartbeats. And would pick up the kind of like religious sort of chanting or ghostly sounds in the background. Very appropriate and very effective. Also, as with most John Carpenter movies, the way he actually films it, fantastic. There were some really cool camera shots, movements of the camera, and I always love the way that he films shots in darkness. Playing with light and shadow makes horror movies of his so effective, and just the atmosphere that he's able to create between the music and the lighting and the camera movements. So that was awesome. I also do think it's interesting. So I've been thinking about this, and this isn't the case with every John Carpenter movie, but there are like a good amount of John Carpenter movies that I've seen anyway, where a lot of the story or the action just revolves around a few central characters, of course, but sometimes in a rather like isolated or trapped sort of environment. And it's cool because of course, that is a terrifying thing, very, very appropriate for a horror movie setting. But on top of that, psychologically, it's very frightening. The idea of being trapped and such, but also the way that you can play with the relationships between people, their trust for each other versus suspicion of each other, people, whether they have care for each other and concern, or whether they revert to selfishness in these enclosed situations. I always just find it very interesting to see the dynamics at work. And this one had an extra layer of interesting to it because there was the religious versus scientific and then skeptical perspectives all running through, and various combinations of each mixed in together. So that made it for a really interesting sort of situation. This also had sort of zombies. Not exactly all zombies. So the homeless people that were gathered outside, we can conclude they were under the influence, but not in the same way as the people inside, because the ones outside would never have been physically touched by the liquid substance or anything like that. So it was more just mental force. And so I'm assuming that's why at the end they were able to walk away, where the others are actually gone completely. But it is curious, wondering why those people in particular were so susceptible. So I'd be curious if people had thoughts on that. And then, like I said, the actual group inside, everyone who was changed, some of them we saw explicitly killed or killed themselves, and some of them we just saw get hit with the liquid and then basically turned into this automaton, this drone. You know, they talked about workers, like worker ants, like unconscious sort of hive mind situation. But even the ones that died, they then came back. So again, and then at the end, when they were all done, when it was finished, even the ones who we didn't see actually die, apparently were dead. And that was it. So I can only conclude that the liquid ultimately does kill you, even if we didn't see you get, like, say, your neck snapped or stabbed in the neck or something. So that is kind of an integral part of the process, is you have to die in order to become full on in that way, I guess. I don't know. But it was very interesting. It was interesting in the playing on who could you trust. It's interesting in the idea of loss of control. There was also, though, there's some times where some of the people, even though they were already under control, they looked like so upset. And I don't know if that's just a way to, like, play with us and make it seem more horrific, but it makes you, like, wonder or hope that maybe they're still in there. And we see at the end, though, that they're dead, but we also do see the smoke rising out. You have to wonder if there's some idea of, like, the spirit being trapped within the body, or I don't know. But I don't even think I need to know the specifics of it, because it's horrific enough as it is, right? So the ideas behind the movie are really interesting to me, because we do get a lot of movies, and I've watched some of them already recently on this channel over the past few months, dealing with the concept of Satan and the power of religion, whether it really has any sort of effect on Satan or not, and if it does, in what way, and multiple takes of Satan trying to get some sort of living being into the world usually through a child, which ends up being the Antichrist. And some of them play around with Christian doctrine, but a lot of them those movies do seem to kind of follow it quite a bit. This, not so much. This is really interesting because it takes the idea of Satan and makes it something else entirely. It's simultaneously kind of melds it with scientific concepts. And that goes back to what I was saying early on, in that, science, in the past, some of these things that we didn't understand, of course, a lot of people would ascribe supernatural origins to them. And people like to think we're so beyond that today, but science, even scientists still find certain things they don't have an explanation for it. There's all these atoms. Why do atoms form up into particular ways, right? Into certain forms and shapes. Yeah, and they directly kind of talked about this, is that logic doesn't necessarily help you break all of this down, so what does? And so I think it's a very interesting thing for them to do, to play on the potential dialogue between religion and science with this movie. And a cool way of doing that was by basically making Satan and its child not what we think of religiously. And it also plays around with faith, because they're saying that the church actually created a story that was untrue because they didn't feel like people could actually handle or truly come to grips with this until, much later on. But yeah, so I don't even know if I'm understanding this correctly, but this is what I gathered. And you'll have to tell me if I'm messing this up in some way. The argument is that the atoms, everything that exists in our world, does have some sort of connection, shared essence that comes from a god. You can say it's from a god, but whatever that means is not defined. But their argument then is instead of our typical version of Satan as an antagonist, as a fallen angel, Satan, not Satan, but Satan is, because Satan is the goo, right? But there's actually an opposite because of the ideas of matter and antimatter. And so there's an anti-god. And that is who they were trying to bring forth into this world. Whether to destroy it or consume it or what, we don't know, because it's, again, a very different concept of evil, if that's what it is. Very different idea. And Satan, or the Prince of Darkness, is this liquid substance that was able to get into this world and would be used to bring the anti-god over. And the way it would have to do that is by manipulating living organic beings that could do this. So creating undead servants, basically, and then using one of them as pretty much a host for the Prince of Darkness, the slime. And then this different dimension, this alternate dimension where anti-god is from, could be accessed through the mirror, and that's how they could be brought through, but they would only be able to be brought through by the Prince of Darkness in this human host. So yeah, and Jesus was an alien who came to try to warn everyone, and people thought he was crazy, so they crucified him. And then the church added that to their story. So it's very, very curious, very different. But I like it. It's a very different mythology. But again, it doesn't necessarily have the same conception of an antagonist or an evil. It's more like these are substances or things that exist beyond our comprehension. And that the church's story gives people some comfort because it makes humans feel significant and centered. But for this whatever this is, humans are not central in any way, shape, or form. It's not some big story. They are just useful tools. And so that's, again, a very different conception of what people would usually think of. And so at the end, the messages from the future transmitted, I am curious. I feel like what they're suggesting there is that maybe actually now it's going to be her, that she's taken over in some way, not as the host of the Satan, Prince of Darkness, but maybe almost as a host of the actual anti-god coming through. Because he's still got that dream, and you could wonder if that's still a warning, or you could wonder if he just has PTSD and that's just a horrible nightmare. Right? But she did go into that other dimension. And it leaves us not knowing the answer, which I also do like. I do like that kind of open-endedness in some horror movies, which of course is also something Carpenter did with The Thing. But yeah, so I thoroughly enjoyed this. It had great atmosphere, great horror feeling, great music, and also I just found the entire story very different and fascinating. Always love to have something like that in a horror movie. So, all right, guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and as well as any recommendations you have for me or questions, anything along those lines. Thank you so much for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.